Welcome to the Call to Worship podcast, where we look at all 188 Bible verses about worship. I'm your host, Craig Michael Davis, and today I want to invite you into a one-year journey of seeking God through worship. As our culture drifts further and further away from God, I'm finding that more and more Christians are drifting away from worshiping God in their private time. My hope in this podcast and devotional is to turn our attention back to God by reflecting on the 188 verses about worship that He gave us in the Bible. And now I've also included a habit tracker in the devotional so that you might fill out one dot for every day you devote a little time to worshiping God. There are 366 dots, one for each day in your year of growing closer to God in worship. Each verse mentioning worship in the ESV Bible is laid out on one page in this devotional, mostly out of context. The reader may find it beneficial to reference the verses before and after each verse where worship is mentioned so as to really understand the context of each short passage. Now, without this, some of the verses may not make much sense and the rich value found within may be lost to the reader. Accompanying each passage is a brief question meant to encourage and challenge the reader to reflect upon one aspect of worship in the hopes of diving deeper into the reality and benefit of worshiping Jesus daily. Because there are 188 verses about worship, you might find it helpful to go through this book twice in 1 year, or simply use the book as a starting point to establish a daily worship routine that will continue for the rest of your life. Now, if you'd like to pick up a copy of the devotional Called to Worship that goes along with this podcast, check out the link in the description or search Called to Worship on Amazon.